Known as the brand Alchemist, a keynote speaker, business strategist, and founder of the Alchemy Network, he helps solopreneurs, creators, and coaches build digital products using AI, storytelling, and structured business ecosystem. As the author of Brand Alchemist and host of the Wolf of Content Street show, Mithyll blends storytelling with strategy to deliver talks that inspire action and transformation. Welcome, Mithyll Dev. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Satish, for giving this wonderful opportunity. So let me start now. What if the story you're telling on stage is inspiring hearts, but not actually moving wallets? We are in a room full of speakers. We know how to move an audience, but let me ask you two honest, uncomfortable questions. Number one, have you ever delivered a powerful keynote only to walk off stage and realize that your inbox is full of applause, but not inquiries? And the second question, are you getting claps, laugh, or even standing ovations, but not even conversions? You might be delivering a performance, but not a conversation pathway. And that, my friend, is a line between storytelling that touches and storytelling that sells. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was taking a small session with 100 plus creators. I used slides with the right dopamine colors, effects, transitions, everything. I even quoted Brené Brown and Seth Godin back to back. I got a standing ovation, but guess how many signups did I have after that? Zero. Illa. Nada. Not even a curious DM. Now, a week later, I was invited to be a guest on a podcast where I casually told my origin story about how I missed a client's call because I was stuck in editing 7 reels whole night with a cup of coffee and an absolute confusion and chaos. Now, that 7-minute story of that podcast actually led me to more than 15 DMs, 3 high paying clients, and a month worth of revenue. Same guy, different results. Now, why this happened? Because one was an absolute speech, whereas the other was a story that actually sold. So let me tell you one thing. As one of my favorite villain of Hollywood, Joker, says, you wouldn't get it. And that's exactly what your audience feel when your story sounds too perfect, too polished, or even too detached. Now see, they see themselves, they try to see themselves in the story. So what will happen is that if they are not able to see themselves in the story, they will try to applaud, but they will never be able to resonate and act to it. And I hope you're realizing what I'm trying to say. So I realized that I wasn't lacking any kind of techniques. What I was lacking was a conversion bridge between what I actually said and what I actually sold. And that's how I created an acronym called a SELL framework for myself. And now I also give it to my clients. And as a gift for this keynote, I would love to give to all of you. So this is a SELL framework. So storytelling that sells without sounding salesy. So the S start with the struggle. So don't open with a victory. Always open with a vulnerability. Audience usually don't crave heroes. They crave humans. So as Donald Miller wrote in Building a Story Brand book, people don't buy the best products. They buy the ones they understand the fastest. So start with their confusion, not with your clarity. The E stands for evoke emotions. Yes, facts tell, emotions sell. So use humor, surprise, and even silence. If your story doesn't make them feel, it won't make them move. So a very beautiful quote from the book Made to Stick by Chip and Dan Heath. So the most basic way to get someone's attention is to actually break a pattern. Don't follow the norm. The L stands for lead to the lesson. So your turning point is actually their trust point. So what did you realize when they were wrestling with? And the last L stands for link to the offer or the call to action. So this is where many speakers shy away. But a story without a call to action is like a plane that will actually never land. Please make it clear, but not cringy, not salesy. Think of it like an invitation, but not like a elevator pitch. So the most powerful person in the world is a storyteller, and we all know Steve Jobs. So Apple didn't win with specs. It won with a story, and all the advertisements that Apple create are all story. They never talk about specifications. So the same goes with your speaking business. So let me quickly say one thing. One of my favorite movie, Tamasha, Ranbir Kapoor says, तुम वही कर रहे हो जो दुनिया चाहती है, लेकिन तुम कौन हो? So the best story is the one you can tell, messy, magical, and monetization. So the next time you step on stage, please ask yourself, is my story just memorable or is it movable? Can it move hearts as well as hands towards the wallet? Because applause is beautiful, but does it have aligned actions? Now that's legacy. So this is Mithyll Dave. I turn creators into sellable brands, one story at a time. Thank you so much.